So the first trailer for the new Ninja Turtles movie was released this past week, and it's been getting a lot of attention. Some of it's pretty positive. People think it looks really cool and they're excited to see it. Other reactions, not so positive. To be honest, I thought it looked kind of terrible, and I've got three main issues that I want to talk about with this. First, the focus of the movie. When I first heard that Michael Bay was going to be producing this movie, one of my main concerns was that the Turtles would be getting the Transformers treatment, in the sense that the story would focus more on the human characters like April, and the Turtles would be subjugated into this role as the things that are just there to look cool and be part of the action sequences, and you don't really connect and relate to them that well. And this trailer hasn't really done that much to alleviate my fears about that area. The trailer starts off talking about the general conflict that's going on in the city, and the first character we're supposed to identify with is April, and it never really switches, so it seems like an ensemble, April and the Turtles. It just seems to be her encountering them, and it's from her perspective. And if you do it like that, you really aren't helping us to connect to these characters who are the focal point and are the franchise. I mean, the Transformers movie, I didn't really grow up watching the Transformers cartoons, so I can't really talk about that. But the movie, the Transformers themselves didn't really feel like characters that I could identify with and relate to. I mean, they're big robots, but if you write them as fully realized people and individuals with emotions and goals and stuff like that, you can relate to them and they don't feel strange. And that's what the Turtles have always been to me. They don't feel like these strange things that you can't connect with. The franchise works because they just feel like these fun guys. That's what I feel needs to be done. You know, it's just one trailer, and maybe that's just the way the trailer was cut. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that the trailers do get a lot of focus and character development. But right now, that's still a major concern of mine. Okay, next issue. I just don't really like the look of the Turtles in this movie. I know that's subjective, but I don't think the design works, and I can't really get into it that detailed because I'm not an artist and I don't really know about character design. But first, I think the lips look weird on them. I don't think I've ever seen the Turtles have lips in any of the many iterations that I've seen them in, live action, computer animation, comic books, cartoons, anything. I don't think they've ever had lips, which they have in this movie, and it looks weird to me. Second, I think they've tried to do a little bit too much with the outfits. It looks like there's too much going on there. And I get that the sense that it's supposed to be like they've cobbled together these outfits that reflect their identities and personalities, which is not a bad idea. I just feel like they could have gone more simple with it. Traditionally, I think the Turtles, when you look at them, their shell almost acts as their outfit in a way. And they've got their ninja gear, the padding, and all that complements that. But since they are humanized animals, they don't really need to have much clothes on them to look complete. Finally, I think they're too physically imposing. When Leonardo flips and lands in front of April in this trailer, he looks rather large, and then Michelangelo lands behind her, and he seems to be a head taller than her. I'm about 99% sure that in both the 80s cartoon and the 2003 cartoon, the Turtles are shorter than April. They're not really supposed to be these large, hulking, intimidating creatures. They're small and they're nimble, and that kind of works with that teenage identity. They're youthful. I think it makes sense to have them smaller rather than as large as they appear to be in this movie. And finally, I think the scope and the scale of things and the tone of the action overall just feels very off. When the trailer starts off, they're talking about like how the city is getting destroyed, and you see part of this skyscraper falling off. And that's really not the Ninja Turtles' typical level of action. That's kind of like Spider-Man fighting a supervillain type action. The Ninja Turtles, traditionally, they've done lots of different things over the years, but I think the core of it is kind of that street level, them fighting the Foot Clan, hand-to-hand combat there, and them taking on street gangs like the Purple Dragons. And it's that kind of scrappy street-level fighting that a guy like Casey Jones with just hockey sticks and baseball bats can get into and hold his own. It doesn't need to be like a super big budget, oh, we're trying to make this feel epic because it's a summer blockbuster type action. Part of the charm of it is that kind of smaller scale hand-to-hand action feel. The finale of the first movie was just the Turtles and Splinter facing off against Shredder on a rooftop. It wasn't a skyscraper, it was just, you know, normal building. And that was perfect to me. I mean, it was small, it was personal, it was intense, and it was just perfect for what the Turtles are to me. And in this trailer, the only real action shot we have of the Turtles is them sliding down this snow-covered mountainside and catapulting themselves into a military vehicle, which is just so far away from what I see as like the roots of the Ninja Turtles and what the core of what they are. I mean, you can do that eventually maybe in the sequels, but that to me is more like G.I. Joe, what they did with the G.I. Joe movies, which weren't good movies, but the G.I. Joe is supposed to be like this kind of elite team that goes on these crazy special missions. The Turtles aren't on that scale, and I think it works best when they're on a smaller scale. But that's really all I've got to say. I mean, I understand that this is just one trailer, and trailers just show parts of a movie, so I can't judge what the movie is and predict how it's going to be. So hopefully I'll be wrong. Hopefully it's just gonna be amazing and I'll be fully satisfied, and I'll make another video talking about how wrong I was in this video. But for now, it doesn't look good to me, and I can't say that I'm really looking forward to it. But tell me what you think of this trailer. You can debate me if you want to, you can tell me I'm completely wrong, or you can agree with me. Just your honest opinion. I'd like for you to be respectful, but tell me what you think, and thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next time.